stressed, blessed, or both? Girl, ain't that the truth, right? Can the answer be yes?
Yes.
That's right. Okay, so I heard you talking, you were giving a presentation not long ago about a hard time recently you'd gone through and sitting in your big white prayer chair. Let's kick it off right there, and I want you to share with our friends that are watching this a little bit of that backstory, what's going on, and what God, the diet.
Okay, well, I've been going through a pretty stressful time recently with, as you know, my parents have been, they're getting older, health is failing, and just trying to balance life and stress and blessing all at the same time. And it took me back to a few years ago when I was feeling much of the same thing. I felt that heaviness start to take over. And I remember a few years, it's probably 6-7 years ago, I had been through just such a difficult time. I had started a brand new job, actually a brand new career. I'd been in the hotel industry for over 35 years. Now, who does that at 35 years old? Somebody hold the back of my neck.
This is not an extreme makeover episode.
So I was trying to learn this new, whole new language. Every industry, has its own language. And so I was trying to learn all this new stuff. I was 2 months into my new job when my sweetheart died. Mm-hmm. And as you can imagine, it was a sudden death, and my heart was just crushed. A month later, my daughter gave birth to my third perfect grandson.
Ryder.
The
Ryder.
The superstar.
The famous Ryder.
He is so famous. And while that was a wonderful event and certainly brought joy into a really heavy and grief-filled season of our lives, it still brought with it a different kind of stress.
Like, how do you, I think that's just real life challenges. How do you celebrate life's exciting times during extreme heartbreak?
That's the stress and the blessed.
Yeah.
It is,
exactly.
And I think that, the weight of that loss for me was so deep that God knew the perfect timing of when to deliver Ryder into our lives.
Yeah.
And that lifted my spirit up to be able to remember joy comes in the morning.
That's right.
Yeah.
Joy comes in Ryder in this case, right?
Yeah.
But I was concerned about it. How can I possibly help take care of my daughter? She had to go through another C-section. So, that's pretty limiting physically. And to have this newborn baby and 2 older children and a husband working, how can I contribute to supporting them in this season? And then on top of that, I was leading a women's ministry. How do I feed other women? How do I pour into somebody else when I'm so crushed?
Right. So how did you get to the point? Where was that moment when you were like, okay?
It was Christmas Day.
Oh, nice.
Christmas Day, and I had gone down to bed. We have these traditions.
Okay, so how long had it been since sweetheart died?
July
Okay.
2nd, he passed. And on Christmas Day of that year, so 5 months.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was so just exhausted in every way. Because, it just took me a lot of energy just to get out of bed in the morning.
Right.
And after 5 months of that, I just was barely putting one foot in front of the other. And I thought I was masking it pretty well. You know how we do.
We always think we're so good.
I am killing it here. Nobody knows the trouble I've known.
Nobody knows.
Trouble I've seen. That's what we do.
Okay.
Welcome to Real Table Talk
This
with
is
Denise
what we
and
do.
BJ.
So tell us about you climbed up in your big white chair.
Okay, so first I had gone to my daughter's for Christmas morning, and we had lunch at her house, and she looked at me and said, "Mom, you need to go home and get in bed. Do not get up. Don't set an alarm. I'm not going to let the boys come down." Because now listen, all you grandmothers, don't be jealous of this, but I live 2 doors down from my grandbabies. So they're trotting back and forth on the sidewalk constantly, back and forth to Lolly's house. And she said, "I'm not going to let the boys come down or call you until I hear from you." So I said, okay, I'll take that challenge. So I went home, I went to bed, and I could not, I fell asleep, but I didn't wake up rested. And something God told me that day was, you can never sleep away your need for rest.
That's so good.
So I crawled up in my big old white prayer chair with my raggedy little Bible and a box of Kleenex. And I said to the Lord, I am not leaving this chair until you take this heaviness off of me. I can't do this anymore. So I sat there for a long time. I got hungry. But I had told the Lord, I'm not leaving.
You're thinking like maybe in 30 minutes or so.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you know, He knows what I need, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm committed, Lord,
I'm
so
serious.
fix me
I'm
so I can go eat.
I'm ready. Do your thing. Yeah.
Come on with it.
Genie in a bottle.
So you got
Yeah.
hungry.
Listen.
It took a long time, huh?
I had my Bible and everything. He knew I was serious. I was there for quite some time. But later that afternoon, he began to just give me these little nuggets throughout the day, just one little thing after the other. And by that evening, I was feeling lighter. It took a couple of days before it really truly lifted, but that was the beginning of a real, just set me free from that heaviness.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
It's so weird. You know, it reminds me so much of when I was a brand new baby Christian and I was just learning about this whole prayer thing. And my husband had made me like stupid mad. And, you know, that's real helpful,
Boys.
you know. And
Boys.
I remember I'm driving to him and I'm just ready to give him what's for, you know, like, "Urgh." And I'm like, okay, this is not going to be helpful because he wasn't yet a Christian. And I remember just praying and I'm like, Lord, I do not want to be mad at my husband. And I was like, well, crap, that's a lie. I do want to be mad at my husband, but I need you to not let me be mad at my husband. I need you to take this away from me. And it was so creepy, cool, weird, but it was literally like I was just not mad anymore.
Yes.
And I went from fuming mad to where he just took it from me. And when I heard you share this story, I really thought, I could just see you piled up in your white chair. I've seen your white chair is super comfy. And the Kleenex and the ugly cry and the no makeup, you know, battling with the Lord, the burden of the loss that you'd experienced. And just imagining him washing that heaviness away from
Absolutely.
you. And so,
I feel like that's the condition that he was thinking when he spoke the words, that come to me, all you that are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. I could never have gotten that kind of rest on my own, not to be revived to the point where I was ready to serve again. But yeah, that was probably one of the most memorable moments with the Lord.
Sure. Well, one thing that stuck out to me when I heard you share your story was you said it's not about when troubles will come. It's about, or it's not about if troubles will come, it's about when they will come.
That's right.
And that's the truth, isn't it? A matter of fact, I think you shared John chapter 16, verse 33. I have told you all this so that you may have peace in me. Here on earth you will have many trials and sorrows, but take heart because I have overcome the world.
That's right.
You know, that's the deal, is we know troubles are going to come, and sometimes, you know, and we know the answer. If we know the Lord is our Savior, we know what the answer is, but at the same time, it takes us so long to crawl up in the white chair sometimes.
True.
You
So
know,
I've got this. I think I can, okay, I have one more step. I think I'll get it. No.
Right.
Because Psalm 91:1 says, "He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty." I've got here in the margin in KJV, it calls it the secret place. I love that. He who dwells in the secret place, in that shelter under the mighty wing of God.
I like when you go on to verse 2, and I'm reading in the New Living Translation, but it says, "This I declare about the Lord. He alone is my refuge, my place of safety. He is my God, and I trust him." I just think,
Love that.
it's like I could just see just like that God hug in the comfort of your chair, just finding that safety.
And imagine being in that big white chair with this big safety wing covering you.
Yes.
And
I
in
love it.
Zephaniah 3, talking about him singing over you. That's my
that's
little
good.
rocking chair with Jesus.
I love it.
Right.
I love it so
Jesus,
much.
I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Very good. Well, all right. Anything else?
Just know that if you are going through a storm right now, that there is peace in Jesus. And if you're not going through one, you probably just came out of one. A one's a coming. Brace yourself. Hide in the secret place. Get ready.
Yeah.
He's the shelter in the storm.
Always.
Awesome. Thanks, Pam, for joining us.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know
We
I
love
love being
you.
with you girls.
Love fun.
Love it.
All right. Thank y'all for joining us, and we will see you next week. Please like and share our videos. Subscribe to our channel. We would love for you to do that.
Yep.
Thank you.